Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Nitai, Gora Chandra Gora Hare. Nitai Gora Chandra Gora Hare. Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Nitai, Gora Chandra Gora Hare. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Radhe Radhe. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha, Giridhari Radhe Radhe. Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan, Jaya Giri Govardhan. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha, Nila Madhav Radhe Radhe. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha, Nila Madhav Radhe Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajikacharya Asatatar Shata Sri Srimad Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Founder Acharya of Iskcon, Srila Prabhupada ki, Iskcon Guru Vrinda ki, Premshako Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vaishali Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath, Shamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan ki, Sri Vrindavan Dham ki, Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham ki, Shri Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Shri Radhanila Madhava Dham ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Yamuna Devi ki, Ganga Mai ki, Shrimati Tulsi Maharani ki, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki, the most merciful Lordship Shri Shri Nitai, Chaitanya Chandra Nitai, Gaur Chandra ki, Shri Shri Giriraj Govardhan ki, Shri Shri Radha Giridhari ki, and the most beautiful Lordship Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Gopi Janavalabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Shri Shri Radha Nilamadhava Ki Shri Shri Radha Giridhari Ki Shri Giraj Govardhan Ki Shri Gaurnitai Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udirayet Srinvata swakata krishna punya shravana kirtanaha hridyantasto yabhadrani vidunoti suritsatam Nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatyuttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 87, the Prayers of the Personified Vedas, Text 37. Can you give me that melody again? Can you give me that melody again? Idam agra Nayad idam agra asana bhavishyadato nidhanad Anumitam antara tvai vibhati mrishaika rase Atta upamiya tedravina jati vikalpa patayur Vitata mano vilasam ritam ityavayantya buddha Nayad idam agra asana bhavishyadato nidanad Anumitam antara tvai vibhati mrishaika Ata upamiya tedravina jati vikalpa patayur Vitata mano vilasam ritam ityavayantya buddha Nayad idam agra asana bhavishyadato nidhanad Anumitam antara tvai vibhati mrishaika rase Ata upamiya tedravina jati vikalpa patayur Vitata mano vilasam ritam ityavayantya buddha Anumitam antara tvai vibhati mrishaika rase agra asana bhavishyadato nidanad. Anumitam antara tvai vibhati mrshaikarase. Nayad idam agra asana bhavishyadato nidanad. Anumitam antara tvai vibhati mrshaikarase. Ta upamite javina jati vikalpa patair. Tatamano vilasam ritam ityavayantya Buddha. Vaishnavis. Nayad idam agra asana bhavishyadato nidhanad. Word for word. Na, not, yet, because, idam, this universe, agre, in the beginning, asa, existed, na bhavishyat, it will not exist, ataha, hence, nidhanat anu, after its annihilation, mitam, deduced, antara, in the meantime, tvai, within you, vibhati, it appears, mrisha, false, ekarase, whose experience of spiritual ecstasy is unchanging. Ataha, thus, upamiyate, it is understood by comparison. Dravana, of material substance. Jati, in the categories. Vikalpa, of the transformations. Pattahi, with the varieties. Vitata, contrary to fact. Manaha, of the mind. Vilasam, fantasy. Ritam, real. Iti, so. Avayanti, think. Abudha, the unintelligent. What a nice verse. Translation. Since this universe did not exist prior to its creation and will no longer exist after its annihilation, we conclude that in the interim, it is nothing more than a manifestation imagined to be visible within you, whose spiritual enjoyment never changes. We liken this universe to the transformation of various material substances into diverse forms. Certainly those who believe that this figment of imagination is substantially real are less intelligent. Vitata manovilasam. The unintelligent think that the transformations created by matter are real, but that's actually a fantasy of the mind that's contrary to fact. That's very nice. Purport. Having thus defeated all attempts of the ritualists to prove the substantial reality of material creation, the personified Vedas now present positive evidence to the contrary, that this world is unreal in that it is temporary. Before the creation of the universe and after its dissolution, only the spiritual reality of the Supreme Lord, along with his abode and entourage, continue to exist. The Shrutis confirm this. Atma va idam eka evagra asit. Prior to the creation of this universe, only the Self existed. Aitareya Upanishad 1:1. Nasad asin no sadasit tadanim. At that time, neither the subtle nor the gross aspects of matter were present. Rig Veda 10:129-1. One can understand the relativity of creation by an analogy. When basic materials like clay and metal are processed and shaped into various products, the created objects exist separately from the clay and metal only in name and form. The basic substance remains unchanged. Similarly, when the energies of the Supreme Lord are transformed into the known things of this world, these things exist separately from him only in name and form. In the Chandogya Upanishad 6:1-4-6, the sage Uddalaka explains a similar analogy to his son. Yata saumyaikena mritpindena sarvam mrinmayam vigyatam syad vacharambanam vikaro namadhyayam mritiketyeva satyam. Quote, for example, my dear boy, by understanding a single lump of clay, one can understand everything made from clay. The existence of transformed products is only a creation of language, a matter of assigning designations. The clay alone is real. In conclusion, there is no convincing evidence that the things of this world are eternal or substantial, while there is overwhelming evidence that they are temporary and conditioned by false designations. Therefore, only the ignorant can take the imaginary permutations of matter to be real. Srila Sridhar Swami prays, Mukuta Kundala Kankana Kinkini Parinatam Kanakam Paramartataha Mahadahan Kritika Pramukam Tata Naraharirna Param Paramartata. Transformations of gold, such as crowns, earrings, bangles, and ankle bells, are not ultimately separate from gold itself. Similarly, the material elements headed by the Mahat, false ego and ether, are not ultimately separate from Lord Narahari. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mayam Dadati Swaparantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Did everyone understand everything? I've given class the last like 4 or 5 times on the same concept, almost the same exact concept. But here we go again. It's putting it in a different way. This quote from the Chandogya Upanishad has been quoted several times in the purports of this chapter already. My dear boy, by understanding a single lump of clay, one can understand everything made from clay. The existence of transformed products is only a creation of language, a matter of assigning designations. The clay alone is real. So what does that mean? That means we have a clay pot, and we call it a pot, but actually a pot is a temporary designation. Before it was made into a pot, it was just a lump of clay. And after the pot is, used and then broken, and then, it merges back into the earth, you bury it or whatever, it returns to clay. So it's like a cloud. The cloud in the sky might have some shape. It might look like a chimpanzee or something. The mind, right? That's what is said here. One who takes that these transformations of matter are actually substantial and real, vitata manovilasam. That's actually it's actually called a fantasy of the mind, which is contrary to fact. Fantasy of the mind contrary to fact. Yeah. So we look at a cloud, we say, oh, it's a chimpanzee. But actually, no, wait 5 seconds. Now it's a tortoise. Or, whatever. It's always changing. The material energy is not real in that it is its manifestations are not real. They're temporary. They're always changing. So as soon as you look at the thing, now you look again and now it's different. The cloud is real, right? The clay is real. But the thing that it's made out of it's a temporary name and designation. The example also given is gold here. That one has a gold earring or gold bangle, gold crown. The real thing is gold. The way the gold is formed is insubstantial. Doesn't matter. So ultimately, Krishna and Krishna's energy, everything's related back to Krishna. That, okay, clay, you have clay, but what is clay? It's an earth, it's only real because of the earth element. And the earth element's only real because of water, actually. We learn about this in Lord Kapila's Sankhya philosophy in the 3rd canto. Water comes from fire, fire comes from air, air comes from ether, ether comes from false ego in the mode of ignorance. False ego merges into the modes merge into the Mahat merges back into Pradhan. And Pradhan is Krishna's unmanifested material energy. And Krishna's material energy is, it's one and different than him. Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. So, one of the points here is that it's not less intelligent to see or discriminate between material variety. Vidyavinaya Sampane Brahmani Gavi Hashtani Shuni Chaiva Shapakecha Pandita Samadarshinaha. A real pundit, a real learned person, sees with equal vision the brahmana, the cow, the elephant, the dog, and the dog eater. But that doesn't mean we go and hug a tiger, let's say. Or you go, give charity to a dog. No, there is material variety, there is distinction, and a pundit, a learned person, wise man, a devotee, they'll act accordingly. But they see that the active principle, the essential reality that underlies everything, spiritual and material, is Krishna. Krishna is the supreme absolute truth. So, the other thing that we read recently in the 11th canto, which was just recently brought up, actually, in class. It was in the 11th canto, chapter, I want to say 22, 24 maybe, text 44 and 45. And this is spoken by Krishna himself to Uddhava. Swayam Bhagavan spoke himself. So it's called Uddhava Gita. Just like Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks. Uddhava Gita, Krishna speaks. So this is what Krishna says. He says that one might look at a candle and say, this is the flame of the candle. But in actuality, he is speaking incorrectly, because that flame is, the science behind combustion is such that the fire is actually new. It's using the fuel and it's combusting, and there's continuously new combustion. So it's always a different, piece of fire. It's always different. It's always flickering, and it's basically fire is continuously being created and destroyed. So it's never, we say the flame, but actually it's always a new flame. Similarly, someone might look at a river and say, this is the water of the river. Or they might say, this is the river. But what is the river? There's always a new bit of water. That piece of water that you point at is now gone, and there's new water. So which part of the water is actually the river? And then similarly, Krishna says that one who looks at this material body and says, this is Bhakta Patrick. This is Bhakta Patrick, right sitting there. Hare Krishna, Bhakta Patrick. This is Bhakta Patrick. That I am speaking unwisely, because that is always changing. Right now he's young. Give it a few years, he's older. But actually the body's always changing. It's never the same body. The cells are constantly undergoing creation, maintenance, and destruction. So it's never actually, there's nothing permanent in the material world. It's always a constant changing item, these transformations of matter. So essentially Krishna is saying this to show that we're not the body. We are not the body. Very simple. We look in the mirror and say, there I am. It's not you, because that's always changing. That thing is like the cloud, where you see it's a chimpanzee, now it's a tortoise. Now this is me. But when I was 5 years old, I could never relate to this body. I was relating to a 5-year-old body. So it's not me. It has nothing to do with me, actually. Asango hyayam purushaha. The jiva is, the spirit soul is forever asanga. He's always unassociated with matter, actually. And so this verse in purport again shows the insubstantiality of material transformation, temporary material transformation. We give it a name and we give it a form, we give it a whatever, but it's just a temporary thing. And I love this, that this is the way the less intelligent think. Of course, I fit into that category, but I love this, that it's saying that they're saying that this fantasy of the mind is real, although that is contrary to fact. So it's a fantasy. It's just a mental conception, just like a cloud. It's not a chimpanzee. It might look like it to you, but that's your mind. That's the imagination. So similarly, we might say, this is me. This body is me. That's our mind. This body is constantly being transformed. It's not us. In conclusion, there is no convincing evidence that the things of this world are eternal or substantial, while there is overwhelming evidence that they are temporary and conditioned by false designations. Therefore, whenever you see a therefore, that is very important. The word therefore means the action point, the conclusive truth. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what does he say? Of logical analysis or something? I am the conclusive truth. Among logicians, yes. Among logicians, which is Prabhavatam, so of arguments. Vada Prabhavatam aham. Of arguments, I am the conclusive truth. Among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. So we're hearing all this evidence from Shruti, from Smriti, from our acharyas. So then the last sentence is, therefore. That's the conclusive truth. So that's something to pay attention to, even if you can't understand anything else. Therefore, only the ignorant can take the imaginary permutations of matter to be real. Self-realization means that we understand who we actually are. What is real? Yes, the cloud is real, but the way you are perceiving the cloud is not. It's an imagined form. It's an imagined name. So why do we try to enjoy this? Temporary forms. This is less intelligent. Abudaya. Less intelligent. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate vasudeva sarvam eti samahatma sadurlava. After many, many births, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. Seeing that everything, Vasudeva is everything. Vasudevam sarvam iti. Iti is therefore, thus. So one who's really in knowledge, they actually conclude everything is Krishna. Krishna is the essential truth of everything. And that should be our conclusion too. Our conclusion should be, after many births, actually, we've taken, I've said this before, but just try to think that we've had trillions of lifetimes in this, the lifetime of Brahma thus far. But how many lifetimes of Brahma have we been through? How many creations of the universe have we been through? That we don't know. Some speculators will say the jiva is, the origin of the jiva is Mahavishnu. Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava Ki Jai. Some people will speculate and say the origin of the jiva is Mahavishnu. Some will say that the origin of the jiva is the Brahma Jyoti. In a letter which is famously titled the Crow and Tall Fruit Letter, Srila Prabhupada says that those who say that don't remember that before they were in the Brahma Jyoti, before they were in Mahavishnu, that they were in the spiritual world with Krishna. So, Prabhupada said that, not me. So it's very interesting. The only point I'm trying to make, I'm not trying to get controversial, I'm just trying to say that the point is, from time immemorial, what is that time immemorial? Trillions to the trillionth power of lifetimes of Brahma, in which we have trillions and trillions of lifetimes. So when are we going to get sick of this? When are we going to say, enough's enough? I'm done with it. I'm done. In the 15th chapter, there's a verse. How does it go? 15:5. Anyone remember? Oh yeah, Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adyatmanitya vinivrita kamaha dvandvair vimukta sukaduka samgya gachantya muda paramavyayam tat. Those who are done with material lust. Vinivrita kamaha. Vinivrita means they're done with it. They're done with kam. They're finished. Then that person can actually surrender. And the very first line of this, I'll read the translation. Those who are free from false prestige, illusion, and false association, who understand the eternal, who are done with material lust, who are freed from the dualities of happiness and distress, and who, unbewildered, know how to surrender unto the Supreme Person, attain to that eternal kingdom. Purport. The surrendering process is described here very nicely. The first qualification is that one should not be deluded by pride. And it goes on. This is a very, very important purport, which talks about this surrendering process. But one of the points of the surrendering process is that one has to be done with material lust. And so we need help. If we're not done yet, we need help. We need everything in the toolbox. The whole Srimad Bhagavatam is a toolbox to help us. We hear about Krishna, his pastimes, his devotees, their loving relationships. We hear about Sankhya. We hear about transcendental knowledge. We hear about all sorts of material situations that go haywire and don't work out, and how people have to renounce again and again and again. Great kings. Never does the Bhagavatam have a story of a king where he was materially attached and everything just went great. No, every single time something went wrong and he had to renounce. Even Yudhisthira Maharaj renounces his kingdom. Dhritarashtra, the father of who's that king in the 4th canto who was what did you say? Well, Dhritarashtra's there, but I'm thinking in 4th canto there was a story of King Vena. That's who it is. Yeah. And his father was named, starts with an A. Can't remember his father's name. But anyways, his father renounced. He had a son, King Chitraketu. Everyone renounced. Bharat Maharaj, Rishabdev, everyone renounced. These kings enjoyed great material happiness. They were at the pinnacle of material life, and they gave it up for Krishna's service. Maharaj Parikshit, that's the classic example. So, just in light of this whole coronavirus thing, it's another temporary transformation of material energy. It's not substantial. Now, that doesn't mean we don't take practical steps to, follow the authorities and whatnot, but within ourselves, a devotee is not fearful. Devotee takes every practical measure. It's not that devotee is impractical. In the 11th canto, Krishna tells Uddhava that even a Paramahamsa has a good dose of common sense, he says. So it's not that we are devoid of common sense as devotees, but we're not disturbed. So many people are disturbed out there like anything. really disturbed. I was shocked, actually, that people were taking this that seriously. I was shocked. I mean, the whole grocery stores are devoid of any water or anything except fruits and vegetables. People don't eat fruits and vegetables, I guess. But everything else is, they're buying everything because they think the world's going to end. And here we are, fasting for Ekadashi. We don't need much material things. The world's going to end anyways. Our life's going to end anyways. The devotee is peaceful. The devotee feels peaceful amidst all this. We take precautions, we do the right thing. We listen to our authorities, but my mind's not disturbed. Our minds are not disturbed, actually. We had a video of the Harinam the other day, and it was a rockin' Harinam. That one gentleman from the Universal Fest, I forget his name, the head guy there. Yep, him. Yeah, he came and he videotaped us, and it was cool. He videotaped us, posted the video on 25 Facebook pages of yoga studios. It was very good publicity. But, all the people who commented, what they were saying? The vast majority were, they're not sitting 6 feet apart, they're breaking the law or something like this. I was shocked. I was shocked that people have no knowledge. They have no knowledge that ultimately karma is going to dictate, whether one is going to suffer or enjoy in the world. You can try your best, take the best medicine, but you'll still get sick and die. And the parents could help the child as much as they can, but he might still grow up to be a dull fool. And what's the other one Prahlad Maharaj says? I can't remember. But the point is, it doesn't. It's not in our hands. What's that famous Bengali proverb Prabhupada always would quote? If Krishna wants to save you, no one can kill you. Yeah, how's it go? Mare Krishna Rake Ke, Rake Krishna Mare Ke. And if Krishna, so, devotees, we have this knowledge, even if theoretical, but I think we have some practical knowledge. I mean, everyone's here been practicing sometime. There must be some practical knowledge, experiential realization of that principle, that Krishna takes care of the devotees, and if Krishna wants to kill me, hey, that's great. It's Krishna's will. It's the best thing that could happen to me if it's Krishna's will. Krishna's will is the best thing that could happen to me. We don't have a separate, independent desire. That's what's meant by surrender. That's true oneness. Whatever Krishna wants. So, the devotee is peaceful. The devotee's, what is that word? Bhoktaram yagyatapasam, sarva loka maheshwaram, suhridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. He attains peace. One who knows that Krishna, ultimate enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities, he's sarva loka maheshwara. He's the supreme Lord, proprietor of all the planets. And he's everyone's best friend, most dear well-wisher. So where's the place for fear and anxiety in this equation? One who knows Krishna as this, he attains peace, Krishna says. That's Prabhupada said this is the peace formula, actually. He even printed this separately, this verse, and wrote a purport about it. This is the peace formula. We're trying to tell the UN and all sorts of other people that this is actually the peace formula. So we feel compassionate that people are suffering so much. They don't need to suffer. It's an imagination. This is what this verse says. Vitata mano vilasam ritam ityavan yantyabudaya. The unintelligent think that this fantasy of the mind, which is contrary to fact, is real. Therefore, they're taking the rope to be a snake. The rope is harmless. The rope's completely harmless. But they're taking it to be a snake. Why is that illusion of a snake there? Because of the living entity's aversion to Krishna consciousness. They think that they are the enjoyer of matter and the controller. Exactly the opposite. I am the enjoyer of everything. I am the controller and proprietor, or at least I should be. And I'm everyone's best well-wishing friend. Everyone should love me. Everyone should take shelter of me. So because of that, then therefore the rope is a snake for us. It's an illusion. It's not a snake, but because of this illusory concept of reality, therefore it acts as a snake. And therefore there's a constant fear, a constant anxiety-ridden life. And people are suffering greatly. Although it's a bad dream. That's what the Bhagavatam's saying. It's just a dream. It's not the reality. Wake up and see that it's just a rope. But that waking up amounts to seeing that you are not the supreme enjoyer, not the supreme controller, not everyone's best well-wishing friend. Only if you become the servant of the best well-wishing friend can you actually represent Krishna's compassionate will on other living entities. Only when we actually connect through bhakti yoga with Krishna and his representatives can we actually act as an instrument to also be the best friend. That's what devotees are, the best friend of all living entities, but they don't think that. They think, I'm just a servant of Krishna and my spiritual master. They're the best friends. So we can also try to be a friend to Krishna and be a friend to other living entities by reawakening this consciousness. And so we have to take it seriously. If everything else is an illusion, these material forms, names, transformations of the material energy are all an illusion. Why am I attached to them? Why am I investing my heart in this? Shraddha, this word in Sanskrit, it actually etymologically breaks down to where does one place one's heart? So everyone has faith. This atheistic concept that faith is something imaginary. I don't do this faith thing. No, everyone has faith in something. Everyone places their heart somewhere. Where is one placing their heart? Are you placing your heart in a temporary, illusory form, manifested form of Krishna's material energy that's going to change, and then because you've placed your heart there, your heart's going to be broken? Or are you going to place it in the actual substance, the substantial reality, the eternal reality? That's Krishna. That's devotional service. That's the devotees. So if we place our heart there, we won't ever be disappointed. We'll never lament again. We'll never lament again. But as long as we continue to imagine that there's something within this constantly transforming world of matter for us, we will continually be disappointed, and we can never actually be used as the most sharp instrument in Krishna's toolbox. Lord Chaitanya is very merciful. Prabhupada's, extremely merciful. So it's our duty, actually, out of gratitude, to try to keep ourselves as sharp as possible so that we can be used as that tool, as an instrument, as their representative. And the way to do that is done with material lust. I'm done with these imaginary permutations of matter. I'm only going to focus on the real thing. And also, like I said, practically, how does that done? That means yukta vairagya. We use these things in Krishna's service. That's what they're actually meant for. It's not that we become a devotee of detachment. A devotee of detachment will renounce the world and say nothing's real. What is it? Jagat mitya, Brahma satya jagat mitya. Yeah, that's not what a devotee thinks. The devotee thinks that the world's full of happiness because they see it as Krishna's energy and they're engaging it in his service. But before we can do that, or not before, but I would say simultaneously as a constituent of that, yukta vairagya, the definition given by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, anasaktasya vishayan, yatarham upayunjataha, nirbandha Krishna sambandhe, yuktam vairagyam uchate. Anasaktasya. It means one who's anasaktasya, one who's not attached to vishaya, sense gratification. But they still utilize everything they still accept things because they're related to Krishna. That's called yukta vairagya. It's a little bit different than karma yoga. Karma yoga means I'm attached, but I'll still utilize it for Krishna. That's good. It's the same. It's one and different. I mean, they're the same thing. It leads to the same end, pure devotion. So Prabhupada often would interchange these terms, karma yoga and yukta vairagya. But the problem is, the only thing is that really can save us is bhakti. So just because we're engaging our karma in Krishna's service, that's more gradual. If we want to actually this world's going to hell. We can see it out there very clearly. Who knows what's going to happen? So it's like, I feel a little bit of pressure. I feel a little bit of urgency. So I think, we can deliberate on these points and try to internalize more of this mood of selfless service and atmanivedanam, self-surrender. Any questions or comments? Pranatakuna Prabhu.
Thank you for the nice class, Prabhu. I had a comment and a question. The comment, you're speaking about how the devotees are peaceful despite the external situation. And then, we were giving an example of our situation here. And I was thinking, but also we're finding that the Sankirtan devotees are not only peaceful, but they're really ecstatic because of, yes, all these things are going on, but at the same time, there's a great increase in the preaching because of the situation. The students aren't going to school. So many people are not going to work. They're stuck at home. They're still allowed to come out of their houses, and they like to go to the park and go out and about, get out of the house, and they're enjoying their time off, it looks like, to some degree. But because of the stressful situation, they're really appreciating devotees and Prabhupada's books and the holy name. And I maybe, would you like to say anything about our experience lately on the Sankirtan front lines?
Yeah, we're going to be going, it might be raining today in a few days, but since there's no Sankirtan going on at the schools, everything's closed, people are deserting everything, we're going to Manil Park, which is kind of a cool place. People just go there, hang out, kind of open-minded people. So everyone's invited to join us from approximately 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock daily to do Harinam Sankirtan. And just yesterday we met some 4 brand new people, came chanted with us for a whole hour, chanted Hare Krishna, bought books, completely ecstatic. So preaching should go on. It's the only thing that's going to help anyways. Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava Ki Jai. And of course we're going to follow our authorities. Temple management has requested us to be careful that we don't contract the disease. So we're taking all necessary precautions by keeping conditions very sanitary in the ashram, in the van, in the Harinam, and it's our main goal to keep things safe. So yeah, please join us if you can. Today's going to be raining, I think, so we probably won't go out, but stay posted. Anything else? Sarvabhauma Prabhu.
think when Prabhupada was a boy in Calcutta, there was some plague or epidemic, and he saw the kirtan parties going out and chanting. So he had that experience as a youth that the holy name is always auspicious, and there's never a time when it's not helpful and uplifting, and and we're going to die anyway, so might as well be Krishna conscious. People are worried about leaving their body, but we should worry about leaving our body in the wrong consciousness. So, being in some kind of Krishna consciousness is better than being just worried about your body all the time. I mean, not that we don't get worried also, but,
What a tragedy. People are leaving their bodies in who knows, animal consciousness. I mean, we have no idea. That's such a tragedy. And there's no consciousness of the necessity of Krishna consciousness. It's a major tragedy. So those of us who have knowledge, we should help share it. We have to preach. We have to do it. It's our duty. It's the only thing that can get close. We can never really do it, but it's the only thing that can get close to paying off this debt that we owe our spiritual masters. It's the least we can do. It's very important. Anyways, I could keep just talking, but I guess we got to leave the temple at 9. So people are going to take breakfast and stuff, so I should just end the class now. We can talk later. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bo. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha. Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai.